Welcome back, everybody. Today, our travels are taking us to the beautiful city of Hua Hin and specifically the Vana Nava water jungle. This is a humongous water park right in the heart of Hua Hin, and it's amazing. So stick around and we're going to tell you everything you need to know about this park to decide if it's someplace you want to visit. If you happen to find yourself in Hua Hin and you're a fan of water parks, Vana Nava is a place that you should check out. The park is great for kids, but there's also plenty of things to do for adults as well. If you're not in Hua Hin, it might not make sense to make the 3-hour drive from Bangkok, but if you are in town, then I strongly suggest you give it a look. When you're planning your trip to Vana Nava, there are a few things to take into consideration. The first is the ticket price. If you pre-order online, you can typically get a lower price than if you buy at the gate. So check for promotions on the website, and if you find something, jump on that so that you're ready when you arrive. Another item that you want to consider is food. They do have food there, and when we went, we availed ourselves of the buffet as part of a package that we bought online beforehand. Although we didn't eat a lot there. Not a lot of the food that they had was super appealing to us, and some of the items that they had that weren't part of the buffet looked a lot better. So it just really depends. If you need something to tide you over and you're going to be there for a long time, the buffet is probably a good value. But if you're only going to be there for a single meal, I might just focus on the a la carte options and buy specifically what you want. One of the common concerns at water parks is what do you do with all your stuff? Well, Vana Nava uses a nice RFID wristband system. So when you enter the facility, they'll give everyone a wristband, and you can use this wristband for a number of different services. The first and foremost is this is what allows you to access lockers. So if you've purchased the use of a locker, this wristband is what will open and close that locker. Also, you can add money into your wristband account so that as you're moving around the park and you want to buy a snack or a drink, you can use your wristband so that you don't have to carry cash. But remember, you need to load that up before you go into the park. Otherwise, it's just a wristband and it's not going to do anything for you. Another thing to consider is if you're going to be there for a long time, where are you going to hang out? Now, they have a number of different pavilions that are available for rent. And if you're going to be there all day long, I think it's a really good idea to avail yourself of that service. This way you have a spot where you and your family can park any of the things that you're carrying. You can leave your shoes, towels, etc. And you also have a centralized meeting place so that everyone knows where to go when they're just going to hang out for a while. If you don't do this, there are some places where you can sit and there's some seating, but there's not a lot of shade available outside of the rentable pavilions. So make sure you think about that carefully, and if you are going to be there for a while, go ahead and rent one of those. Now let's get down to business and talk about the different rides they have at the park. The park is roughly broken up into 4 different sections. The first is the Kid Zone, and as you would expect, this is for the little guys, right? And there's a place called the Vana Wonderland that is specifically designed for the teeny tiny little guys, babies, toddlers, infants, that kind of thing. Obviously, mom and dad, you'll need to be there, but this is the park for them. From there, we've got what they call the Family Zone. And this is made up of the Lazy River, the Kiddie Cove, which is kind of like the Wonderland, but for a little bit older kids, and then also the Rain Fortress. And this is the area where they have the big buckets that dump water on you and some small water slides and that kind of thing. So this is great for, I would say, up through maybe 10 or 12 years old. The next section is the Adventure Zone, and this is things that aren't necessarily water related. They have a climbing wall, so rock climbing. They also have a ropes course, so you strap into a harness and climb up and do things that I would never ever do because I don't like heights. And the last area here is the Surf Zone. This is a surf machine, and it's really fun to watch people do tricks there. Finally, the last piece is my favorite piece, and this is the adult rides or the fun rides, and there are a number of these here at the park. There's the Boomerang, there's the Abyss, Super Bowl, Master Blaster, Rattler, Inner Tube, and these are all different kinds of rides. They include everything from large family tube rides where you can put 6 people on an inner tube and go down the slide to individual super fast high drop kind of slides. So there's a wide variety and there's enough to keep you busy all day long. They all felt quite safe to me. The only thing that I didn't like is while we were there, the VR slide was not in service. So hopefully they've got that repaired and working again. And I've never been on a water slide where you put on a VR headset as you go down. So that would have been a cool experience. But that is the high level overview of the attractions they have at Vana Nava. These details should give you everything you need to know to make a decision about whether you want to visit Vana Nava or not. I give it a thumbs up, and so did the family. We think you'll have fun if you pull the trigger and decide to go. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell, share, do all those things. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next adventure.